And good morning. We're flying the very unfriendly skies with Ronan. We've changed our lead line a little bit. One of my viewers and subscribers said, you really ought to change that. You sound like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man. Now, there's nothing wrong with Tobey Maguire. Don't get me wrong, but I probably disliked that series of Spider-Man films a lot. And a lot of it was because of the portrayal of Spider-Man by Tobey Maguire. Now, he's a great actor. Sure makes a lot more money than I do, and I'm going to leave it at that. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, yeah, maybe I ought to change my opening line there a little bit. So, hats off. And if you have any other thoughts about the videos that I produce, please do not hesitate to tell me. Okay? I've said it before. I am not adverse to getting your opinions on them. I may not always take them, but I'm always going to listen to them. And that kind of leads me to the next point. I had one of my subscribers, whose opinion I value very highly, take me to task a little bit about the invasion and player agency videos I did earlier. And they were very popular videos. They got a lot of response, a lot of comments, at least for my channel, that I don't normally see. But he brought up the point that, there's a number of things you can do. You can drop down tiers, you can change aircraft, you can change nationalities. There's a number of ways to avoid the dumb bot slash tactical bot, high bot, whatever you want to call it, problem. But his point was, look, if I'm a new player and I'm coming in, I'm watching these videos, is this a game I'd want to play? Now, let's visit a couple things here. First off, I am the last proponent in the world of my opinion über alles. Oh, and that's German for overall. Oh, in probably the worst kind of way. And you see it a lot in our culture today. My opinion is so precious, it doesn't matter if somebody commits suicide because of my cyberbullying. My opinion is so precious, I don't care who I hurt. My opinion is so precious, and my right of free speech is so important that it doesn't matter the harm that I do. Taken to its extreme, and we see a lot of it today. And I'm not one of those kind of guys. All right, I am not. And I've got some of my viewers who don't express themselves on YouTube in comments, who will only respond, who only talk about it in the case of, will only speak to me over email, because they don't want to be subjected to the crap that you see in when you go online and make yourself available in a major forum like that. And that's fine. If anybody wants to know, it's jlong135 at verizon.net. You can feel free to express yourself, say what you need to say. And please understand, you are never expected to, I'm going to get over here into this fur ball. You're never expected to agree with me. All right? You're just not. I just don't think it's a good thing when people demand that their experience, their opinion somehow is holy, and so forth and so on. Well, that's lovely, but that's neither here nor there. And there's a lot of people who will tell you they're the way, the truth, and the light. Well, they're never right either. Okay, so that being said, Kill that fellow. The reason behind those videos is not that, you know, Jeff has, you know, this perfect opinion, you know, Tyrone's always right, I don't care who I hurt. It's to make things better, all right? And I'm not saying that World of Warplanes is always wrong or always right. Some things I agree with vehemently. I had one guy tell me how, you know, complaining on the forums about how he got banned and that he hadn't cursed or did anything but disagree. Well, I went and looked at his videos out of curiosity, or his forum entries, and every question was like trying to swallow a cactus. Okay, well, that's nice as far as it goes, but the bottom line is that, you know, the guy's comments were consistently negative. They were always bad. They were always barbed. They always had a nasty connotation to them. And he found himself not welcome there anymore and crying about it. Well, and again, it's an opinion. In my opinion, he had it coming. All right. And I'm not saying that you can't disagree with World of Warplanes or World of War games or any of its subsidiary products. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that be considerate in your remarks and think about what you're saying. All right. I'm not for a moment proposing that I'm always right or I'm always wrong. But I am going to bring up points when I feel it's necessary on things that should be considered. All right. And I do think when you produce games that are so egregious that the player doesn't feel like they have much of a chance, and you cause that much controversy, that I feel that it is my duty to bring them out. Does it mean that I'm always right? No. Does it mean you have to agree with me? No. But part of my role is also, as I see it, and I'm throwing this up for y'all's discussion, all right? Because just like anybody else who puts themselves out there in public, I have to consider the consequences of my action. Your game developer, producer, provider also has the duty to produce a good game. All right. I'm not saying they have to be perfect. God knows I'm not. But they do have to, and they spend a considerable amount of time thinking, balancing, and trying to produce a good game. Well, you don't do that in the absence of feedback, folks, which is how the criticisms that I leveled were meant to be done. Does it mean that you know, I can't be right or I can't be wrong or anything else? No, of course not. Does it mean that I'm above reproach? Absolutely not. So if you have a problem with what I say, feel free to address it in any form. So the individuals that brought this up to me, I want you to understand that I don't bring these things up out of hate or unable to get along or trying to drive the game out of business or try to make somebody feel bad. I am not. If you think that you get to produce a game that really upsets your players on a regular basis, you don't get to do that either. Okay, and I'm not trying to be unkind here, but there were a lot of very unhappy players about Invasion. And my, I doubt that I cost us much with that terrible mistake, giving the ability lost it. Um, but it does give me a chance to turn around and talk to this in a rational fashion. Now, I didn't get on, I deliberately waited 48 hours before I put the video out. And I think the points that I brought up were valid. And I'm not trying to disrespect the game. I played this game a lot. I have a lot of time and energy spent in this game, and I want to see it improve. All right, it is not that I dislike anybody or I want to spend great amounts of my time making people feel bad or anything else. But the points I was trying to make is you got to make sure that your players feel at least involved. Okay. That's what it really boiled down to. The second video was really to talk about player agency and making sure that your players are involved. The first one was really about the problems with the invasion scenario. And I'm not about to, how to put this in ways that don't sound derogatory. You can't take a player and force him to play low tiers to get away from your from various modes that he doesn't want to play in, or to avoid stupid bots, or to you're adjusting to the game's idiosyncrasies and failing sometimes. And there's not a game out there that does not have some sort of failing. All right, they can't produce perfect games. We can't be perfect people. I get that. But it's not out of my purview, in my opinion, to say, hey, look, you got some issues here that need to be looked at. It's not, I feel like it's valid to say, hey, this is wrong. Your player has to be able to have at least a vote in the game if he plays well enough. Now, like this last game, there was nothing wrong with that game. I just got outplayed. And so did the other players on my side. Do I like it? No. But the only person I have to blame for that is me. All right? The only person in this video to be blamed for that loss is me. I didn't play well enough. Does it make me good, bad, or indifferent? Nah. Means I had a bad game. But when your game's designed as such that people feel like they don't have a good chance of playing, that, geez, you end up feeling just horrible about the game, and it's a consistent ongoing thing, at least through invasion mode, or, what one of my big sins is, with me is the unequal bots. All right, I would like to see an open plane, a consistent bot, and let the players deal with it from there. And there may be exceptions. I don't see the entire game. I don't have the same view as World of Warplanes. I can't. I'm a player. And no matter how intimately involved, until I see the impact across all tiers, all player experiences, I cannot see everything they're seeing. I can't. I will tell you that I would find it very amazing if a new player coming into this game didn't have a great experience. Okay. First 3, 4 tiers are wonderful. They're very newbie friendly. You don't have to go buy a joystick, rudder pedals, and you can have a great time from minute one. Do you always win? Well, no. But and I'll be honest, I've had very hard-fought defeats that I was joyous over. I thought I flew spectacularly, and that continues to this day in this game at Tier 9. So, do they do everything wrong? Of course not. Do I intend to disrespect the game? No. I like the game. Play it a lot. Run a channel on the game, of which I, by the way, received not a dime. I don't have to make a single penny from this channel. I can stop making it entirely and affect my bottom line by zero. Okay, this is all done for the love of the game and for the love of my fellow players. So please don't get the impression that I dislike the game, but there are times when you do content providing, you do have to stand up and say, I don't like this. This is the reason I don't like this. And you put out videos on it. I'm never going to get on a soapbox and, video after video, rant on the same thing. If you want that, go visit Yang Yi over there and his loot box rant. I mean, apparently the guy makes his living off ranting about the evilness of companies. And unfortunately, I agree with him in a lot of ways. But that guy makes a channel specifically about ragging on companies. And to some degree, in fact, in a large degree, he has a reason for doing it, but it does get old very quickly. This is a video channel about the planes, how to fly them, how to have fun with them, things to optimize your aircraft, gameplay, and occasionally I am going to have to veer off and say, you could have done better with Invasion. You probably need to take a look at the bots. That's the purpose behind them. Okay, not to chase people off, not to make anybody feel bad. So, to the degree that this is an apology, if I made you feel bad, you have it. Okay? But also understand where I'm coming from here. I'm not getting paid for this. World of Warplanes hasn't got a secret, double secret handshake, and I'm getting $5,000 a month from them or something to promote positive reviews of their game in every aspect. I don't have a deal with them at all. Don't get a dime. All right. But I do feel it's my responsibility to point out where things can be done better. And it's not enough for me to just say that. I have to say these are the reasons why. Okay, and prove it. It's not okay for me to just, this come on. Well, I guess I could, but, you guys would rake me over the coals, and by the way, I would have it coming if I came in and started, this game sucks, and that, you'll notice in either of those videos did I ever say that. We don't get on rants around here. At least I try not to. That being said, if you think I'm getting out of line, or you think I'm being terribly unfair, or you think it's getting to be too much, JLong135 at Verizon.net will get right to me. If you're more comfortable making comments on the YouTube channel, that's fine too. You are never expected to agree with me. I have never once told a player, this is the way I am and I won't reconsider. I give very strong consideration to anything you say. So, I'm throwing it up there for debate. If you guys don't want to see those kind of videos anymore, and I get a lot of people saying, hey, just stay out of that area entirely, that's not what I watch for, then I'll leave it alone. If you think that I should do more of it, I'm not sure that I'm going to do more of it until it gets really egregious. I'm not as flexible in that regard. When you have an invasion, or I feel like, the players are losing the ability to control the game, yeah, I'm going to say something. But I'm not going to, do a lot of videos on it, except to say, this is it, this is how I feel, this is what I'm seeing. And if you're not willing to, and I'll throw those out occasionally. But if that's something you really don't want on my channel, tell me. I'll hear it. You'll never find in any of the channels, I don't care if it's World of Tanks, if it's World of Warplanes, if it's World of Warships, or War Thunder, the content providers that will never take the game to task when it starts going south, in their opinion. Also understand, these are our opinions. They are not holy sacred things that we're throwing up that are bulletproof and beyond a reproach. I mean, I've seen that attitude a few times, and it's always kind of like, so where's your anointment by God? I don't see the halo over your head, type of thing. So anyway, for those of you that were concerned, if you're thinking I'm going to turn into a rant channel or that I dislike the game, no, that's not true. Okay? But I do want you to know I listen to you. I care about you. I care about how my channel is presented and how I am presented. And so if you have concerns, this is the here and now to say, I'm listening. Tell me what you think. I'll throw it out there from time to time, If you don't want your name brought up, then tell me. I don't want my name brought up. For the one fellow that commented about my negativity, that's fine. But there were 5 others that emailed me. I'm never going to reveal your name in a situation like that. Okay? Because sometimes people come to my defense and it's not always appropriate. All right? I'm the one that produces these videos. I'm the one who's responsible for their content. I'm the one that has to bear the brunt for it. I don't need lots of defenders on there. And if I cross the line, then I will also pay the price for that. But I don't want to start flame wars on YouTube or something because people think that somebody stepped on Jeff Long's feelings and he just can't get over it. I need to rally to his defense. Yeah, now, come on. I'm a grown man. I've been called on the carpet before, and I will be again. But anyway, if I hurt somebody's feelings out there with my opinions, apologies rendered. I try not to do it too often, or at least it's not my standard mode of operation, and I'm not going to turn into a rant channel. It is going to remain about the aircraft, the game, so forth and so on. Are there things I want to see change? Yeah. I want an even bots. I want player agency thought of in these modes. And I want that ramming tactic from the rammer robots taken out of the game. I don't think it has any place there. But those are my opinions. All right. Doesn't make them holy. Doesn't make them unassailable or anything else. All right. This is your friendly neighborhood Tyronin, and we're going to wrap this up. I want to thank you so much for watching. And please subscribe and like the video. Talk to you later.